Hello. Welcome back once again to another edition of Top of the Tower. The second episode. Been busy. Hope you have been too. Second half of the year getting ready to start. We start the second episode from Greenwood, South Carolina. It's about 7 a.m. shortly after the 4th of July. So the year's half over for 2020. We've done what we could. And you're doing the best you can. It's tough out there. I'll admit it. It is tough. We've got some things going on, and we'll just try to get through those and see where we go. First of all, I'd like to say thank you. A lot of you have responded. I've gotten direct messages. I've gotten telephone calls. I've gotten texts. I've heard from people I haven't heard from a long time. Sackfuls of likes. Many thanks to you. A lot of friends I hadn't talked to in a while, and who could that be? Yellow. Yeah. Well, hello, Jonathan. How are you? I'm doing good. What's going on, WIA? Yeah. Saw you happy 4th of July tweet. Yep. Yeah, I'm a Twitter user, you know that. We follow each other. Yeah, I like it. You know, there are some people that tweet too much. You got to watch what you do with that medium. Yeah. Got to understand it. You're correct on that. So what's been going on? Well, I knew you was focused on that. You got that grant back in March. So still working on that? Yeah. And that's about the workforce development and the people coming in and you training them up and then putting them in the workforce field. Right. Got that grant from the Department of Labor. Well, I mean, it's where we're going. It's what I'm fixing to talk about with the people. I mean, we're not going to have any people. I mean, the baby boomers had a lot of babies, and the people today aren't having babies. Well, the 24 and 25-year-olds. Yeah. I'm a '67 baby. My brother's a '62 baby, but we're going to get into it. You know, 55's the number this year. If he's born in '55, Jonathan, you can retire this year. Okay. Yeah. What you got coming up? Well, I saw where you did that interview with Inside Tower. Jim. Yeah, I like Jim. Jim's good people. Got a good medium. You know, I'm a medium guy. I like mediums. 21st of July? Okay. All right. So be watching on WIA. Got something coming up on July 21st. All right. Well, my connection okay? Okay. I just wanted to know if you could hear me now. All right. Well, listen, you're the only one that's got this number. So call me next month during Top of the Tower, episode 3. I don't know, about this time. Works for me. Have a good 30 days, Jonathan, and we appreciate what you do out there, man. You kick down doors, you're trying to get us more, and that's what it's all about. Just, you're pick and shovel all the way, cowboy. All right, I appreciate you. I'll yak at you later. Out. Jonathan Adelstein with WIA, Wireless Infrastructure Association, CEO and President. We like Jonathan. Jonathan's good people. Lots of friends, kids. Lots of friends. I mean, people. And we had some people call me and ask me questions. I had some marketing questions. Had some engineering companies call me. You know those engineers. Happy birthday, Bob Lindyberg. Doer seller. Engineers, they love me because they want to hear me talk, and then they want to take me in the back room and hire me and listen to me talk for about 4 or 5 hours, write down everything I said, and then go out and try to do it. It's just not that simple. There's a little more. There's a little feeling in it. We're not putting together a grill. But anyway, I don't want to beat up on them. I like engineers. I did a little bit of that at work. I get along with them. Box World. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then I talked to a build-to-suit guy. He likes the model, doesn't like the model, wants to do this, wants to do that, he's building for this, building for that, got a nice portfolio, but he's upset. I said, hey, we're in it, we're going to stay in it for now, and we're going to sit at the table, but you keep getting up and getting down, getting up and sitting down, it's going to be a while, and then there ain't going to be a spot to sit down, because the minute you get up, somebody's going to sit down. Everybody wants to play. That's just the way it is in the build-a-suit game right now. Small cell, you can do it. Not as sexy. You're going to have a lot of people. And there's a lot of pick and shovel. That's one by one by one by one before you can turn it up. So, but it's needed. It's needed. And if you like it, do it. Do it. So anyway, let's move on. Let's get to some topics. Let's talk about some things. So I was talking to Jonathan about the workforce development and about people. 1955, that's the number we're talking about. So if we go all the way back to 1955, and during that baby boomer and all that, there was a lot of people born for about 15 years. About 4.2 million people average was born in the United States. Big hunk of people. Swipe the screen. Let's start. 1955, we're going to work in increments of 5. You can't see me now. So we're working in increments of 5. Watch it because we got 13 slides and we're going to roll through them pretty quick, and they're moving now. And as you move through the years, you start to see there's this big hunk of people in the middle that starts at the bottom and kind of creeps up. There was some 4 and 5, and we're working in 5s in this bar graph. Think about that. So as they move up. So now we're working up and it continues to move, and as you can see, a lot of those working people are getting out of the workforce. They're retiring. We have 320 million Americans working or living in the United States now. Had about 155 back in 1955, which means when they work on out of that, now reverse it, Stork, run back through it. When you work back through this thing and you start to think about it, you get to a point where you say, man, where are the people going to come from? And there's a lot of people that talk about diversification, that we need to get more diversified. Folks, we're fixing to play with what's left. You'll be choosing up teams and trying to pick employees over what's left because the talent force is just not going to be out there because we haven't replenished it. Today's kids are just not having babies. That's just the way it is. So it is what it is. It's the world we live in. But we go back to that quality thing and we start thinking about it, and somebody mentioned it, and that's the reason why I'm going back to it is you're going to pay for quality no different than the 5G. Okay? It's going to be a premium. So if you want your work done and stuff, I know we live in a box world, and that's going to dovetail into my next conversation. But, there's only going to be so many of us, and you're going to have a list of things you need to get done for the year. And with that being said, it's going to be tough to get those things done with people that are not very qualified. You may muddle through it and get 40, 50% of it done, and then you run the same team and they get a little better, it gets into the same thing. Guys, long about third or fourth time through the wheel of you pushing apps of whatever they do, or you're doing build-a-suits, or you're shipping items, or whatever you're doing, that's about as good as you're going to get. Unless they're pushing up and continue to grow, if they do 60%, that's it. That's all you're going to get. I guarantee it. You can go back through and run your numbers. It runs. And that's just the way it is. But we think about that, and here we go with number 2, and we're all in a box world, just like I mentioned. I'm in a box world. I have to build on a very narrow path. We don't have much room to get out of. It's not like the other G's. The road was a little wider with the other G's. You could call people up and say, hey, I'd like to get those construction jobs. Would you flip them to me? No problem. They're yours. And that happened a lot. But that won't happen because we got to go through different gates to get to the work. And then we get there, and you don't do it by, what it's worth. You do it for what they tell you. And we'll decide whether or not we want to do that work and the time that goes on during it. It's a good thing. it's a good thing. You know, the box world is fun. I like it because it brings upon separation. It sets a bunch of parameters that says we got to operate in, and it weeds out the weak and keeps the strong. And we're fixing to see that even move more because there's going to be less people, but a lot of work. A lot of work, kids. And, you know, what's with it? You know, I mean, where are they going to come? I don't know. I think we'll import them. I think in 7 years we'll be in trouble. And in 20 years we're going to be in real trouble. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm ignorant. I know there's some of those that will go past the age of 65 like myself. You know, Dad worked to 74. So we got to beat Wales. If you know Wales, we got to beat him. So I'll have to work till I'm 75. But you know, the box world, we get back to it. You know, you're going to get a set of objectives you got to do within a certain amount of time. And the money is right there centered around each box. It doesn't matter if you're shipping pieces and parts and banjo brackets and butterfly clamps. I don't care. Or you're doing a set of antenna change-out drawings, or you're doing a set of structurals, or you're building a tower. It doesn't matter. You're doing it within a set, confined box. You can't get out of that box. You got a budget, and you got a timeline. And if you step out, then you get a little wiggly. You know, we got a little wiggly over here on that swimming pool. But, you know, there again, we get back to it. You know, the swimming pool site I got. You know, ran into a little problem. The carrier or the customer or whoever the end person is, they didn't want to hear me cry. They wanted me to hear me say, hey, man, we ran into a little water out here. It wasn't fun. But I tell you what, I got a solution and I'm going to fix it. I only got one gripe. One gripe. And that is, and I don't even know what it's called. So I'm ignorant. But I thank all my contractors and all you people and the guys doing all this work. Man, the last 30 days you've educated the far out of me, and I love it. But when you do these surveys and you put the sticks down, and then we got drawings, these stakes that you put in the ground, you surveyors or whoever the drawer is or whoever's got that responsibility, write those numbers on those stakes, please. I can't imagine doing small cell without them numbers. Because that tells me where I am out here, and I can see the box. And I see where the tower's supposed to go, and I see the rest of the stuff. So please, please put those numbers in on those stakes. Man, I don't know what that's called. Somebody help me. Hollywood, one of you dudes that knows surveying, help me out on that. Teach me what the heck that's called. But I'm going to say match it up. Do a good job is what I'm going to say. And I know you're doing it in a box, and maybe the box doesn't say you have to put those numbers on there. I'm telling you, you better put those numbers on there. I'm pretty upset about it because I don't know where I'm at. And I'm already ignorant out here trying to do it. And I'm trying to learn, and I need help. So anyway, let's get to the final piece. Contractors, vendors, anybody associated with me, love you, like it, no tomorrow. You've done a great job. I appreciate everything you're doing. You're pushing hard. You're getting our projects done. You're keeping things in line. And that's what we want. When I drive up here, man, I usually normally see work, but today it's pouring the rain. I'm still going to work, look at my sites and see what I got going on, and then, you know, we'll see. To the people I work for, thank you. Thank you. I've enjoyed it. We've had a big time, haven't we? And that's one thing I like about this group. It's not been any Mickey Mouse. We don't sit around and talk, and it's not, I don't know, entitlement. There's no entitlement in our group. We don't have any feelings. Let's just go get the work done, and let's get after it. Other than that, next 30 days, we're still going to be putting some up. If you want to follow me, Instagram right here or here, wherever I put that, follow me on Instagram. We're going to be back. 5G is going to take a long time, kids. A long time to build, because we got a lot of sites to turn up, I assure you. Charlie, I just want to tell you, it's down here in Greenwood. Passed by one of your booth stores. I was thinking about it when I went by it. I was just wondering what that sign's going to look like in, I don't know, 60, 70 days. You going to do a sign change? You going to do a name change? I know you got a lot of things going on. Last thing you said, Stork, last thing I need is a name change going on over at Boost. It's working. But anyway, God bless. Take care. We'll be back with episode 3. I'll be on the scene and out and about. I am a man who truly delivers. Y'all take care and be safe.